In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Josh Giddey, one of the greatest rookies of this year. Let's get down, let's check him out, and check out his amazing court vision and what makes him so special. So this first play is actually something that he's done and not necessarily his court vision, but I really wanted to point this out really quickly, and that is that elbow right there. If you are trying to create space, do not extend your arm, but guess what? You can do this chicken wing, and that chicken wing can create so much space for you. Look what it's done to this guy. That little bit of space can get your shot off so much easier. And guess what? It's not a foul because guess what? You didn't lower your shoulder and also you didn't extend your arm. You just did a little bit of a chicken wing, and guess what? 100% legal. So here he's using a nice screen. He's attacking the basket. When a player, the defender, goes over top of the screen, you really want to cut in really quickly. Now, this is, as a player, what you need to look for. You need to be scanning the floor for obviously open players, but you also need to be really looking at the eyes of all of the defenders who are playing team defense. Here, he's able to notice that this guy's on his heels, looking this way, looking this way, looking this way, looking this way, looking this way. Everyone's looking at him. Nobody's looking over here. Usually, cross-court passes are a terrible idea, but guess what? That worked for him because guess what? Every single defender was on their heels looking at the ball handler. And guess who the ball handler was? It was Josh Giddey, and he has a fantastic one-hand, left-handed pass who hits him like dead on. Like, this is just absolutely amazing. Now this is another amazing play. Here what we see with Josh Giddey is when he receives that pass essentially on a fast break, what he does is he takes one dribble and he looks over here. He's got three players who are coming down to try and stop him from driving. They've pretty much set up a massive wall. Well, guess what? Whenever you've got three players on you, there's got to be two other players open. So what does he do? He looks to this side of the court. Well, who is the most open player here? He wants to get that shot to this player, and because of that, he looks over to this player, already knows where his man is, makes that pass, no look pass, absolutely fantastic, and I just really want to point this out. Watch where he hits that pass. Exactly where that player needs it so that that player doesn't have to dip down. It's literally right at his 3-4 inches away from his set point. Like, that pass right there is so amazing that if you can set up your players like that, if you can set up your players exactly where they need that ball so they can get a quick release going, you are going to be one heck of a good player. If you can really get those passes down, you are going to be amazing. Also, when you're kind of in a transition type of offense, now this is technically a set defense in a way because they're pretty much all set up and there's no transition here, but he's able to attack the middle of the key that brings down the help side defender, the opposite corner defender. When that happens, he knows to kick that pass out, and just where he hits these passes is just mind-blowing. I cannot get my mind around it, how good of a passer he is at hitting them exactly where they want it. Like, that's his dip point right there. Where he hits it is literally where he dips the ball to. He maybe dipped the ball an inch, that's about it. Like, literally, this is just, Josh Giddey is just such an amazing passer. Okay, so here we have a pass to Josh Giddey, and then his player, his defender, is trying to force him baseline. Usually you want to go against that. However, when that screen was set up, his defender was really jamming the screen. You really couldn't get any useful use out of that screen. So Josh Giddey attacks the baseline, and most players would have kicked it out right there to the popping three-point shooter. However, he's looking at this side of the court, and this is something that a lot of players really need to do, and that is essentially, it seems like he must have created eye contact with that player because as soon as Josh Giddey essentially picked up that ball, he was looking at that direction. And if you are a player who's playing off ball, you're watching that player with the ball, you need to make eye contact and cut to the rim because then you can get yourself some easy baskets. And players like Josh Giddey, who have great passes anyways, are going to be able to hit you up. Here we see him attack the hedge man and essentially do a quick crossover so that he basically makes sure that that hedge man stays on him. When this happens, he wants to make a couple of fake passes, and that's what we see here. He makes a high pass or fake, a low pass fake, and then he gets those players down a bit lower. His man continues through that roll, and he's able to get that pass through. Look at this. Fake pass, gets that defender up, and then a one-handed pass through the opening to his teammate. If you are currently on the team I'm coaching, this is what I mean by fake passes. Don't just fake in the same area that you're going to pass to. Fake and then go right to the opposite side to get those passes through. I really also love his ability to do these one-hand passes, and he knows that he can get that ball right to the middle of the court. He needs to do that in a transition, and anytime that you can get that ball into the middle of a transition, you're going to get some really easy baskets. Now, if we rewind a little bit further, he gets that rebound. He's already looking for that outlet pass. There is nobody there. So what does he do? Does he dribble up the middle or does he go up wide? Well, he's already got players going up the middle, so why would he go up the middle? Get that ball to the middle by passing it, and then that sets up the offense. Now here he's attacking the basket. He draws a different defender because, of course, these two players switched. And then he notices that his teammate is cutting towards the basket. He can lead that pass, but how he leads it is extremely important. The defender has his arm up here. His teammate has his arm down there. That's where you need to pass it. If you can get that bounce pass through, you're going to be able to make that pass and your teammate's going to be able to score, hopefully. These tips, I hope, can help you become a better passer in basketball. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.